Welcome, folks, to the big game down here at Westminster College. It is Westminster versus Rostrevor in in round 2. We are at Westminster Ground. Our coaches are Tim Weatherald and Scott Uppington. We actually had a chat to them as the teams are warming up behind us. We actually had a chat to both coaches pre-game. Let's have a listen to what they say. Well, folks, it's an absolute pleasure to catch up with Tim Weatherald, the coach of Westminster. First of all, welcome, Tim.
Cheers, thank you very much. Looking forward to a new season and getting our first home game.
Yeah, fantastic. You're always a great friend of us here and always open to an interview, but wait till you hear the questions. So, first of all, mate, how's the squad looking for today and the preparation this week?
Yeah, no, it's really good. I think like a lot of the colleges, our kids really in the term one, we do a bit of pre-season, but a lot of the, the more talented guys are playing at SAAS AFL level, so we don't really get our hands on them until early this term. So we had a little bit of a camp the first weekend and got pretty much straight into it last week versus PAC. And yeah, and the squad's looking pretty good. We probably haven't got as many sort of top-end draft picks as such this year, but we've got a really even group. So I reckon we'll still be pretty consistent and hopefully be quite successful. Well,
we talk, of course, about strength of formation and game plan, and I love watching these games. They're almost like a mini AFL game in regards to how well structured yourself and the other coaches do. What do you think of the strengths of your game plan?
Yeah, I think I've definitely had to change it up this year. I think the joys of school footy is you get a different group every year. So you can have this great game plan, but if you don't have the players to suit that sort of style, you have to change it up. And we're definitely not as tall this year, so we're definitely going to be more of a, fast ball moving team this year than last year. We could rely on some really big tools. So yeah, we've definitely worked on a different game style this year, and yeah, hopefully you'll see us today moving the ball a bit quicker and not so much long stuff down the line.
All right, let's narrow down the focus a little bit now. You've talked about the speed of the play and get the ball to the ground. Where will the game be won?
For us, probably in the midfield group, if we can get the ball down into our forward line quick enough and not enable Rossies to get some numbers behind the ball, I think that will be a big important thing for us today. So I think, it's like a lot of games, the midfield group. I think if we can get the ball inside 50 more than them, I reckon we're a real chance.
So we talk about that, KPIs, the inside 50s, we'll be looking at that today. Expectations from the game overall?
I think Rostrevor are traditionally a really strong side and physically quite strong, so I think they will be quite physical. So we'll want to be better on the outside than them. We're not going to be as physical as them, so we need to be able to get the ball on the outside and run and carry a little bit more and hopefully make it a fast game for us. And if we come to slow game, I think we'll make it pretty tricky for us.
Oh, fantastic. Well, you got the blend of both, but certainly sounds exciting. So, Timmy Weatherald, you were an absolute champion player, but we're now into coaching. It becomes more about the head, not so much about the body. Tell us about the Saturday morning preparation for the coach. What do you like? Have you got any superstitions or habits? Are you on edge? What do you like?
No, look, definitely a little bit edgy. I've got sort of kids who play school sport in the morning, so they're involved at Westminster. So I normally come out to the netball on a Saturday morning and watch my girls play, and often see a lot of the footy boys out here and have a bit of a chat to them. And then I like to go home and have a bit of my own time and work out, a bit of a pre-match speech and things like that. And I definitely still prepare myself like I'm playing and have everything sorted so I know what to do. And then I get to the game, watch a bit of a seconds. So it's still pretty structured, I think, but definitely a bit on edge.
All right, so that's the pre-game. We then get to the game. The toes are on the white line. The siren's gone. What do we see from Tim Weatherald? Are you just calm and you just sit back, or are you up on the white line, you're just going all the time, having every kick and handball? What do we expect to see from you from a coaching point of view? Yeah,
no, I'm a little bit edgy, a little bit passionate, I think. I think like a lot of us old guys, when we can't play anymore, coaching is our best outlet, I think. So I still definitely feel the bumps and make the tackles, and but I try and be really enthusiastic. I think if I can be enthusiastic and really positive, then hopefully that feeds off the players. But I just love being involved in footy, and school footy is a great spectacle and a great, get all the kids coming to watch. It's good fun.
All right, thanks so much for joining us, Tim. So close to the game. Best wishes for today.
Cheers, thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you. Well, folks, we're joined by Scott Uppington, the coach of Rostrevor, and coming off a big win last week. First of all, welcome, Scott.
Thanks, Tony. Good to be here.
Mate, tell us today, how's the squad looking, and did you have a theme for the week this week leading into this game?
Main thing's probably our ball movement and how we want to try and move the footy. We probably played a little bit of too much long down the line footy last week at times, so just trying to change angles and shift the defence. That's certainly been a theme. probably our pressure. Our pressure was pretty good last week, but it's certainly an emphasis and something we want to have as our trademark at Rostrevor. So, yeah, they're probably the two key things this week.
Okay, and a lot of the game is based around what we call strength of formation, so it's very important for the players to understand their roles. How much work did you put into that in the off-season?
Yeah, so it's interesting. The pre-season's sort of been a bit sporadic just with players with their sample commitments. So we sort of haven't trained a whole heap together until this term. So certainly some of the game plan and the structures is a work in progress. But I think it's going to get better each week from here, just with how we want to set up at stoppage around the ground and those sorts of things. So it's definitely a work in progress.
All right, we'll focus in on that a little bit more. Where will the game be won?
Look, I think if we can win it at the source, and win our share of contested ball at stoppage, and I think that gives our forwards a chance. We've sort of got a fairly good mix up forward. We've got 2 or 3 talls and some quick players that are good on the ground as well. So I think if we can sort of at least break even in the middle, I'd like to think we'd get some pretty good looks ahead of the footy.
And do you discuss with the players' expectations? So what will the end of the day look like, and individually as well? So let's talk about key expectations that you might go around to a few players and talk about.
Yeah, so the main thing is, one thing we're big on is know your role, play your role. So we've sort of got a defined role for each position. So it's important that the players understand what that role is, and players that rotate through the midfield will obviously play a couple of different roles and that sort of thing. So understanding those roles is really important.
Yes. Now, Saturday morning for Scott Uppington, what does it look like? What do you get up to on a Saturday morning? How's your preparation?
No, I've got no set ritual, Tony. Normally get up and just have a bit of breakfast, mate. And today I actually went and watched half of our Year 10s, because we've got a few Year 10s in our first squad. So it was sort of good to get up and watch them. But yeah, no real set routine. I do like to play a few tunes on the way to the game, just to kind of get me in the mood. So, a bit of doof doof.
What's in the mix?
Oh, all sorts of stuff, mate. It's a bit of a mix of everything, but don't mind a bit of dance music and that, just to get the blood flowing.
Get a few moves out of you at the end of the game. If there's a win, look out.
Not great on the D4.
Then take you into the game. The siren goes. It's game on. What do you like when the toes are on the white line? Do you sit back calm, or are you up and about and just yelling and screaming and coaching?
It's one thing that's been a bit of a work in progress, I guess, for me as a coach. Certainly last year I probably got, probably a little bit animated about things you can't control. So that's certainly been a focus for me, of just controlling the controllables, and was really good with it last week. I've got my little stress ball that I use sometimes on the bench. So, I think it's important that, I'm thinking clearly, because that's what the players want. You want to be able to give them direction. And I think if you're focusing on other things, then you sort of lose focus of what's important.
Well, it's very much reflective of the coach. So really open up in regards to how you operate on game day, mate. We can't wish you enough. All the best for the game, and may the best team win. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Tony. Cheers.
Well, welcome back, folks, and what a huge game it promises to be out here at Westminster College today. Of course, versing Rostrevor. Rostrevor, the winners last week. Westminster still looking for their first win. Have a few guest commentators, of course, in today joining us. Our sponsors for the day, Archie's Thongs, of course, the best on ground. Filming footy stats, goal of the day. Keep an eye out for that one. Dartfish, our mark of the day. Sports Interactive, our Sportal and our broadcast sponsor, and also Sportal, our scoreboard sponsor. So hearing from both coaches, what an interesting game it all augurs to be. Will we have the physical side of Rostrevor, who want to win on the clearances and be bullocky? And then we'll have the outside game, of course, of Westminster. Will it be the punch and run, and can they upset the apple cart of Rostrevor? Both teams looking quite good out there as we see the warm-up. Umpires today, well, we approach the umpires, and as always, they're a bit coy, so we can tell you it's Angus, Cooper and Tyler. And I was told not to throw them under the bus, but I thought that was one name with a hyphen in it, but it's actually all three umpires. So they will do a magnificent job. We can see a little bit of not a little bit, probably a fairly hefty breeze. The flag up the top is going across and down towards the right-hand pocket as we speak. The current temperature today at the moment, we're looking at 17.8, feels like 13.2. Well, I can tell you it's a bit warmer than that in the car on the way here. Maximum 20, no rain, partly cloudy, and that wind is a southwesterly 28 kilometres an hour, going pretty much right down the ground and across that right-hand pocket. So I expect a lot of the game to be played on this side of the ground. So if we look at last week, Westminster were defeated 38 points. Better players, Cam Coleman as number 13 is the captain here, Jaden Evans just wandering down. We'll keep an eye on the toss here. Can't tell you who the other one is just at the moment. Socks down. Keep an eye out for that once we find out. So all in readiness. Player gets to toss the coin. Rostrevor win. They will go with the wind down the ground, and the other captain is Max Robertson is the captain. I apologise there. And number 13 is Jaden Evans. So Rostrevor kicking away from our commentary position. Players in the huddle. Always interested to know what happens here in the huddle when the players are in there. What gets said and what actually gets remembered. So looking at Westminster, Cam Coleman, Clay Shadforth, Tim Alva, Will Young, Nick Foster amongst their best. Looking at Rostrevor, Ned McCarthy, Jacob Newton, Fergus Mile, Jonty Thompson and Mitch Stevenson amongst their best. And outstanding young man, Ryan Irvine is about to join us. Just coming in. Ryder is of course the vice captain at Westminster, and first of all, welcome Ryder.
G'day.
And tell us what you've done, mate. The left wing.
Yeah, done my left shoulder dislocated and had a recon surgery on it.
Well, we wish you all the best, young man, but we're going to give you a role today. You're going to help us in this first quarter, and we'll talk about who we might be looking at here. And Tim was saying that the team is very much a running team now.
Yeah.
So let's have a look here and just see if they can get the start. The ground here, the wind is really going against Westminster at the moment, down towards that pocket there. So how do you think the players will find that wind will be holding that ball up a fair bit, you'd suggest?
Yeah, I reckon they're just going to do short stabbing kicks, move it up quickly, and should be all right for the first quarter.
All right, so Tim Alva in there, and he was amongst your best players last week, of course, number 4. So all in readiness now as the umpire about to throw it up. Big bump on Alva there already from Rostrevor. Anyone's ball. Quick little handball over. That was Jaden Evans. Nice strong tackle. Tackling's been a strong point, would you say, in the pre-season?
Yeah, I reckon Tim tried to work on that a lot during the pre-season.
All right, so big kick out there by Harvey Pearce. Right in the middle of the ground on the cricket pitches there, the big fella there, Elliot Sandico, gets that ball around. I'll tell you what, 2 fortes forward already by Westminster, kicking out to this pocket. Can they load up? Where are the runners? No one there, so clearing handball. Lewis McDonald, 1, 2 handball, long handball there. That was Lachlan Smith, and the kick again, Jaden Evans, getting that ball forward. This way, that way. In trouble, out of trouble. That was well done, Major Ackland. And I'll tell you what, number 3 there, Jules Pirro, has kicked the first goal there. Just quick transaction there, Ryder, from down here in centre half forward by Westminster, and then Rostrevor got hold of it, and gee, it was quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fast play there. Couldn't keep up.
So what position do you normally play?
Last year I was playing wing.
I'll tell you what would you do on a day like this? We can hear that wind. You take the right hand play the other wing when you go to the other side. But
I
like it, mate. As we can see, big wide open space because the centre circle's not quite in the centre of the ground, is it?
cricket pitch is in the way.
Yeah. So up goes that big tap, and that ruckman does tap it into the into that space. Nice avoidance there. Who was that young man?
Tim Alba.
Yeah, good play, wasn't it, by young Tim? So you're inside 50 again here. This way, that way. Strong tackle there by Daniel Will. Rostrevor under a little bit of trouble. They load up again. Jules Pirro, the last goal kicker, he goes long down the ground. Ball, bounce fortuitously. Look at the pressure there by Westminster, and early in this quarter, Tim Weatherwood would have to be happy. So they will load up. Interesting ploy here, Ryder, that they'll go out there and maybe come back in with the wind. So 25 metre penalty. Oh, short kick in, doesn't quite make it there. Daniel Will, can he get down? Free kick given, so they'll load up now. Geez, hurried it on, puts it up high. That ball holds up in the wind, as we said. Over the back of the pack, forward pocket Westminster. Tap out now. This is Thomas Griffiths. Gets it back with the 1-2. Nice play and looks to load up. That needs to be a perfect kick. Over the top, 2-on-1. Unable to take it, Ned McCarthy. They steal it back, Westminster. Good approach into this pocket. This is going to be the hard kick. I reckon it's going to come across. So it comes across the other side now. Getting hold of this, Clay Shadforth. Oh, is he tripped? No, he's not. Fast feet there, Jonty Thompson. Down into that forward line. Nice mark, Major Ackland. Runs around on the right. Goes long. Long way, but through for 1 point. So not quite there, and it's that twice there, that quick transaction there, Ryder, that enabled Rostrevor to load up. Bit of a mess up down there. Can they get it out? Now it comes into the middle. Number 8. Oh, he's paid it very early there. Cam Coleman. Ball in hand. You'd probably have to come out this side of the ground, might you suggest? Yeah, it is. That's where you would be.
That is my wing.
Ryder. Tell you what, Shadforth though, he goes all right as well. Just drops it last minute. This is Harvey Pearce, ball in hand. And loading up. Nice grab out there, Ned McCarthy. I'll tell you what, Ryder, if he puts this up in the air, the wind might just take that through for him here.
He's a pretty good kick.
All right, let's have a look. Ned McCarthy. In the shadows in the pocket. Up it goes. Looked good off the boot. Just waiting to see what our goal umpires are giving us. It was a goal.
They called it a 50.
I heard the whistle go.
Yeah.
Speak up, young man, when you see it, because I'm calling, I'm thinking, what's going on there? No, they've called a goal. Oh, I see. Yes. And that is Ned McCarthy on the board. Apologies for the confusion. So Rostrevor off to a handy start. 2 goals, 1 to nothing as we speak. Westminster, they've had it in here, but can't quite capitalise. The important thing now, Ryder, is to just pick yourself up and go again, because they've had a fair bit of the play down here as well. Interesting, the lineup. So you've got 4 guys a long way back here in the forward line. Is that a set play that Westminster play too?
Well, we usually get the clearances, so they're just getting ready for it.
Yep, so Shadforth that was. Oh, is that an in the back? Umpires let it go. As we said, Angus, Cooper and Tyler are our umpires. How funny is that? No surnames given. The mystery men. They said, don't throw us under the bus. I've said it twice now, so there you go. Into the pocket it is, inside 50. Charging out, quick handball over the top. That was, he's got a bit of it, Lewis McDonald, down in the back. The handball comes out, dangerous position, ducked under it. Play-on's the call, another handball out. They've got a player out if they can get it there. Rostrevor player comes across, and that was Jack Michaelini. Still in a dangerous position, centre half forward, dragged down by one arm. Oh, the umpires listen to the commentating, I'm sure of it. Look at that. So who have we got with ball in hand, young man?
I reckon that is Brad Jackson.
He's a good, solid looking lad.
He is. He missed last year playing
Number
footy
12. Yeah, go on.
He missed last year playing. He had some injuries.
Okay. How do you reckon he'll go? This is going to be the hard kick into that wind, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the one. This is the one we need.
Good runner. I tell you what, he's got plenty on it. That is sensational. First goal on the board, and you can clap.
Okay.
You're pretty excited there, mate. So you're a part of it. You know, that's the hard bit as an injured player. You stand back and watch. But so your background, mate, Mildura.
Mildura, yes.
Yes, and what's your local club down there?
The Imperials.
Mildura Imperials. There we go. Bit of background there, and yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got Darby Fitzgerald, another Mildura lad, going to come on in the third quarter. I'm a bit worried about Darby. He's a good size lad, and if he gets into that tucker at half time, we might not see him. But no, all good. You good mates off the field?
With Darby?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were good friends before we came to this school together.
Oh, sensational. Okay, over we go. Oh, big bump. Wow, bang, there's another one. That is brutal football out there that we're watching. And I often say, Ryder, a lot of these guys, if they were back in the country, I grew up in country football, a lot of these lads would be playing A-grade football back home, or senior football. So that's the way I like to look at this game. It really is a senior game of football, just about, as that ball's bobbling around under pressure. Down that far end, Westminster. So dangerous position here for Rostrevor. Can Westminster get it out? 1-2. It's a bit of volleyball. There's a hanging on. It's going the way of Rostrevor here. This ball's going to go left to right, I reckon, as we're seeing this. Ned McCarthy, it is again, lining up. One has just ran out to the right there a little bit, and I reckon that's drifted that way. Rostrevor goal umpire, you never know. No, it's gone offline there. I'm allowed to say that, I say that respectfully. So McCarthy, he kicked 4 last week because they had a big win, 130-59 against Trinity. Very big win, and he was best on ground.
He was best on?
Yes. So ball out that far side, taking diving mark. That's Lewis Green, is it, by looks of it?
Lewis Green.
Wheels around on the right. Nice. That's the kick that's got to really hit. The only trouble here, they're loading up outside. There's the runners. Has to push off 1-2. Can't do it.
Hold them
And, free kick. So they've come from outside, and now they're trying to chip back out there. That's the side to load up from coming down the ground, but I wouldn't have gone too much out this other side. So that's good play. Tim Alva again, getting plenty of it. Oh, big pack. One man down. And just rolling out of bounds. Did you play Senior 18 last year?
First.
First 18?
Yeah, yep. I was a part of the first team.
Okay, so a couple of opposition players that you might have played against here?
Yeah, a couple in year 10 we versed Rostrevor and they won on the siren, so bit of fire from back then.
Yep. As they go around now. Oh, sorry, so you were first 18 here, but you were in year 10?
Oh, no, I was year 11.
Year 11, yep. Okay. Can he pick it up here? Left, right. Oh, just about runs in. Tries to dribble it. Oh, wow. Spectacular there. And that was Major Ackland. And desperation there. 2 goals, 3 now. 15. Plays 1 goal straight. And we may well have an upheaval in a moment. I reckon we're going to drag the whole commentating area back as that sun's going to come straight across here. Magnificent down here. Beautiful spot. Big fella sets himself, and the wind just took that away from Cooper Ratcliffe Miller there. So they come very close to the boundary. Bit of volleyball by Aidan Nixon Burns. There's a lot of hyphens out there. Oh, dragged to the ground. Umpire just looking, and he comes in from about 20 metres off and says, I'll ball it up on the Ryder Irvine wing. So what are you laughing at, Ryder? That's all seriousness.
Funny.
Yes, well, you never know. Because the flag up there, gee, do you ever sneak a look at that flag up on top there and go, gee, that wind's roaring across the side? And
the flag, yeah.
Yeah, you see that, so that wind's really blowing out there, isn't it, down that side. So this is a bit harder kick. You see that floats out towards the boundary? Oh, that's almost a good mark. Ned McCarthy that was kicking it in. This way, that way. Can they keep it alive? They do, but they give it back to Westminster. Avoidance into the ground. The dangerous kick on the hands and knees. Nick Foster. So young Nick. So they want to maintain possession. Ooh. Is this Tim Alver again?
This is Cameron Qualman.
Cameron Coleman, one of the best last week.
Yeah, he was.
Over the top. Well done by Clay Shadforth. Gee, he's opened that right up, running into centre half. Takes a bounce. He's on fire, looks at it, and that wind. That wind is the crueler. What a sensational. That could have been a lineup for our Filming Footy stats. Goal of the day, of course, Filming Footy, providing all the stats. This game is being statted. 1,500 to 2,000 events in a game of football. Marks, kicks, handballs, but it's not only that. It's the forward entries, it's the back line, it's the clearances. We've got it all. The best one in Australia. Filming Footy stats for all your footy statistics. As the ball on that far side. Quick handball out. Tim Alver. Productive. That's a powerful kick into that wind. It's a dangerous position though. 2 on 2. That'll do. Just get it out onto that wing. Oh, is there a little bit of a hand in the back? Leads through. That looked like Jack Michaeloni again. And that's a penetrating kick. Just trying to pick up 27 now, or 37 is it? Yeah, McDonald. Oh, trying to avoid them all, and around he goes. Gets it through. Ned McCarthy. And that is a nice goal. We might put that one down. Number 8, Ned McCarthy. For a goal of the day opportunity. .13-minute mark. Nice goal. Takes them to 3-3. Just looking around, where's the scoreboard? There it is. That big black thing with the white numbers on it. Who'd have thought? That is sensational too, I can see that. Okay, bobbling around. You've won the clearances here, I reckon, most times, Westminster.
Yeah.
It's just down here on that half-forward line. I would say the strong back line of Rostrevor. Up it goes again. Rostrevor on the ground, first of the ball. Handball out the back. Another player out the back. They're setting up well. Gee, tried to take him on, and that is dropping the ball. What do you think there, Ryder? They are setting up, aren't they, Rostrevor? What are you seeing from them out the back there?
They've got many runners behind the play that we just can't match.
That's a nice kick in, and he's a good size, Aidan Nixon Burns.
Yep.
Might need a headband. We might have to talk to him about that. He's having a bit of trouble with the wind. How do you reckon he'll go? He looks a good size. He's going to get hold of that ball, is he?
Could either be straight through or it could be out on the full.
You're an honest man. That's what I like, Ryder.
Hoping it's straight through, though.
Yeah. Well, he's in a good position. He's going to have to push it right, though. He does, too. Have a look at that. What's the celebration like? Oh, over the post. Is that a Westminster goal?
I reckon that's his dad doing the goal umpiring.
Oh, fair. Come on, Dad. No, very well adjudicated. Lewis McDonald kicks in. So this is where they're using the wind, right down to that wing. It's going to bounce. 43 is Harvey Pearce. Gets hold of it. Quick handball over. Will he get it back? He does, but it's behind him. That 1 metre handball behind can be crucial and doesn't help anyone. Umpire says, I'll throw this in. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So ball right in the shadows there in that forward line area. Up and down it goes. Umpire comes in. We haven't seen a lot of ball ups today. There's been it's been good football, a lot of clearances, and really see Westminster trying to use that ball across the ground, use the space. Gee, there's a kick around the corner. That is very high, wide and handsome. It is out of bounds. The goal umpire signals before the boundary umpire. He's on the ball. The Rostrevor goal umpire, that is. But he's signalled out of bounds. So the good honesty by both sets of goal umpires. Of course, happy Mother's Day. There's a lot of mothers down here today. So happy Mother's Day for all the mothers tomorrow. I hope you're having a grand day, and forever you may be watching, because it's not just South Australia, it's Australia and the world. So there could be some mothers and grandmothers. This is Michael Laney again.
Go, Joey.
Big tall lad. Actually, it's Jack Michaelani. And just forces that ball up. So the ball's probably gone forward 5, but across 50, if that makes sense. Tap down, now they rove it. That's Ned McCarthy, really industrious there. Having a very good game. A little bit of argy-bargy. Interesting to see the wingers stay out. I like to see that rider where they do that, stay out on the other opposite side, not come in.
Yeah.
Is that something you're instructed to do, or just organically happens? We can see the players out this side of the ground. So now they're just coming across a little bit, but that's all right.
Usually we get trained to do that. Stay in line, but go out wide.
I like it. Getting a bit of inside here. Fantastic. Quick kick around the corner. Harvey Pearce. It's up, it's down. Anyone's ball. Who's going to be first to it? Look at the race on there. Gee, fast feet. Jonty Thompson taps it to himself, and taken high is young Jonty. And gee, he's got fast feet, hasn't he? Reminds me a bit of that lad at Melbourne at the moment, the new guy on the wing. That was really quick. Good turnover here. Don't mind this from Westminster. Bundle it forward as best you can.
Holy.
Just along the ground. And, well, that's it, isn't it? Under pressure, get it out. Like to see Clay Shadforth. He's done a mountain of work, but if he could just run down to this next contest, he will be facing the ball as it gets to it. But it goes out wide. So, just over the top, unfortunately. Tim Elver couldn't take it. And what are you studying? What are you majoring in down here, Ryder? What's your point of interest?
A bit of everything, but love the fitness. Doing a Cert 3 in it.
Oh, magnificent. Well, the old boy here might be able to give you a few tips, mate. A few years in the industry. What would you like to get into? The fitness with footy clubs and sports and stuff?
Yeah, just stay around footy, I think.
Yeah. Could do rehab, mate. You could look after me in about 5 years the way I'm going.
Got to get through my rehab first.
I like it. Up it goes. Big pack forms, isn't it? Look at this. Bang. Through he goes. Clever play by Tim Elver. He's a smart footballer. The unfortunate bit is first to the ball. Let's see the downside. First to the ball doesn't get rewarded. There it is. What did you see?
He pushed him in the back when he shouldn't have.
Nice little chip over the top. Just Lewis Green.
Daniel Will.
Number 15, Daniel Wilt, goes back in. You can hear the groans from the crowd and the commentators. Jules Pirot, that long left foot kick. Put it out to a dangerous position here. They'll come home with the breeze if they can just get it up, and that was Major Ackland. This way, that way, gives it off. The runners come from out wide. Geez, I tell you what, look at the celebration. He liked that off the boot. Fair dinkum, that is the team. He's run to every player on the ground. Have a look at him, this young lad. We'll get his number in a minute. He's got the orange boots on. 30 something. Whoever you are, 30 something. I'll be respectful in a moment. We'll find out. Geez, he liked it. He did like it. Midfielder he is too. Turn around. Oh, he's close to turning around. Give us something. I reckon that was Adrian Bruno. By the looks of it, we'll put it down to him. He's a very happy young man. Umpire looks around. The umpire's just, because it is the 666 rule, it's the stand rule. So there's a warning. So there's a spare here. I don't know.
They got one down back. Down forward needed.
Very good by the umpires. That's taking a macro of the whole ground, isn't it? So you just get a warning, you don't get the free kick.
Yeah, next one will be ours.
Which I it's umpiring across the country, but why give them a warning? If you've done the wrong thing, you've done it.
Yeah, I reckon.
Give the ball to Westminster. That's what we're saying. Anyway, here it is, Shadforth. Out it goes.
Brad.
Little kick around the corner. It'll be a bouncing ball. Oh, courage showing there. Harvey Pearce. They're out now. This is Thomas Griffiths.
Could be, Rad.
And good pressure, you called that. So that was Brad Jackson, wasn't it?
Yep.
So that just that pressure forces that ball down the line and out it goes. And that goal scorer was Adrian Bruno, who gave us the spectacular... I reckon the celebration was better than the goal itself, if that's possible. Here he is again at the back of the pack. Get it out to him. Umpire says no, holding the ball. So a lot of free kicks going the way of Westminster. Be interesting if they can play this style of play in the second quarter. I think they'll match Rostrevor.
Hope so.
Just as we said, around this half forward on the big fella. That's a good set of dukes. Is that Patrick Hutchins?
Yeah.
He's good size, good presence, good leading forward, big presence, isn't he? And straight up and off it goes again. Gee, fitness is fantastic. Anyone's ball here. Wow. Get your head in over that ball. They do. Umpire looking, says, I'll just give a ball up here. So, Ryder, what's the set play here on the ball ups?
Set play. Well, I haven't been training this year, so I wouldn't be able to give you the details, but it's usually tap it down someone's throat and then give it and go.
Runners out wide,
Runners.
which is a big focus issue. I know it's a different setup to last year. Gee, I'll tell you what. Has he?
Oh.
Has he? He has. That was Thomas Griffiths. That's a good running goal. Fantastic running goal. That's their fifth one. Rostrevor. They forge ahead 5 goals 3-33 to 1 goal 2-8. Playing good brand of football. The interesting thing, when they get it into that forward line, Ryder, it's finishing off, isn't it? It has come out a couple of times with Westminster, but then every now and then this happens. There's our replay and you see that finish off, and that's very hearty for the players down the ground like yourself when you're playing and you see your team finish off rather than the ball come straight back out.
Yeah.
All right, tackling there. Geez, a good runner, Tim Elver. Look at him go. There he's there. Held on to.
Ooh.
Still going. So he started in that midfield, ran across probably 20, 30 metres there and got to that ball first. So very good athlete is Tim.
Oh, very good. Very skilled player as well.
Out it comes now. If they can just get the big fellas come down, as well as fourth. There as we speak, Tim Elver.
Come on, Greenie.
Nice kick. Is he taken? Yes, he is. So, this is Lewis Green. Gives a handball.
Tim Alva.
See, he's gone outside. Dodges one. Gets the handball back. Green. Puts it down. This is the hard kick. I tell you what, that is a great kick. Into the spot. The big fella. Get excited. Patrick Hutchins. Wowee, that's better football, isn't it? We're just talking about that someone to finish off, and look at the angle of the umpire. How good's that? He's going to put him straight in front. Big Patrick Hutchins goes bang. That'll take him 10 minutes to get that footy back. So tell us about Patrick. What's his background? Is he playing at a sample club? And
Yeah.
where's he from?
Paddy's from Adelaide, and he's currently playing in the Glenelg under-18s team.
Well, got a good future ahead of him if that's the kind of... He's got a good work rate. We saw him down the middle there a minute ago as we take the break for quarter time. And the score at the moment, 5 goals 3-33 to 2 goals 2-14. Ryder, an absolute pleasure to have you in and join us, mate. We'll see how we're going later on in the game.
Yeah.
We've got Derby in the third quarter, but if you're around the place, mate, we'd love to welcome you back. We do wish you all the best with your shoulder, and you'll be back out there as soon as possible. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will take a short break. Righto, welcome back to the big second quarter here. Rostrevor, of course, this quarter kicking into the win. It'll be a little bit more difficult. And they go forward here, Westminster through Alex Zokas. Oh, big pack form there. Down into the shadows again, into that forward pocket. The running players this way, that way. Can they get it back, Westminster? Trying to be finesse. Just pick it up and get it forward. And a little ball up here in that pocket, but a good start once again. So, umpire now throws that in. Anyone's ball. Oh, well roved. Oh, a little chip kick. That was clever. Player falls to the ground. Tim Alva. This way, that way. Oh, held on to there. That was, looked like Joey Crossing. No, sorry, that was Alex Zokas. Got a bit of the ball too. Oh, over again. I'll tell you what, Tim Alva is getting pole of the ball today. One of our better players. Scorers Patrick Hutchins and Brad Jackson, 1 each for Westminster. And Rostrevor, well, Jules Piro 1, Ned McCarthy 2, Thomas Griffiths 1. And, well, a little bit windy there. The umpire's throwing directly into the breeze here. That's a better throw. It'll still hit the ground there. Shadforth there. So, umpire throwing the ball up. Just on the ground there. Playing around with it. Gee, yet another ball up. It's been down this pocket for 3 or 4 ball ups as we speak. Umpire throws it up now. Oh, manhandled. Can't do that. The Rostrevor player, it's a big fella there. Looks like Fergus Mile. It's a little bit difficult to see the numbers at times. Nice kick. Oh, up there. 46 was Mitchell Stevenson. Over the top. Oh, taken on the glide by, but right with him there, Clay Shadforth, and that's a strong tackle. I've been impressed today with Westminster's tackling presence. Putting a bit of pressure on the Rostrevor players. I can tell you, if you look straight down the ground, you can see that on the screen now, a straight line of players with one set in the middle of the ground. So this will come to where those line of players are. Playing in front, the big fella wheels around. Stevenson goes forward now, leading out strong. Majur Ackland, a goal scorer there. Piro around the corner. Oh, nice kick, and that is a great grab. Jonty Thompson. And that mark there could be a contender. Quarter. Jonty Thompson, what a ripping mark it was. Facing away. Lining up for goal in that forward pocket. Very deliberate. Keeps it low too. That's a nice kick. There is an art in how you kick that ball for that kind of goal, and what a great mark that was. Jonty Thompson. Just jot that down. Let's have a look at the replay here on the kick. Very good into that wind. Keep it low, hard, because the second half of that ball will just drop away and float. And he did a great job with that that goal. So the mark in the forward pocket. Courageous. As we said, could be a contender for mark of the day. Round they come again now, Rostrevor coming forward. Big fella can't get down to it. Anyone's ball on the ground. Having to go first. Looked like Aidan Nixon Burns it was. Or was it? No, may not have been this time. That was Max Robertson on the ground. Captain. Oh, big strong. Gee, that's been impressive tackling. A little bit of byplay going on right in front of us. You can see that with, well, Angus Van Cryson and Christian Gould having a bit of fun and games in the forward line. Grass ball. It actually bounced up into Elliot Sandico there. Look at the numbers there. Shadforth, 24 there. Alex Zokas just taking off around the back of the pack. If he can get hold of this on the back of this pack, could be handy. There he is, just as we talk. Waiting for it, playing for it. Provides a shepherd. Brad Jackson. Out it comes. Long kick into the forward line. Rostrevor numbers are there. Look at that inside 50. Look at the scrambling players there. Who's going to be first to it? They pop it out, Westminster. Dangerous position. Yet another. So we're seeing a real contrast in the game. Here. We're Bailyn O'Brien and Patrick Hutchins having a real what we call ding-dong battle down there. Hutchins takes off and, well, Bailyn O'Brien has to catch him. Who's going to get the clearance? Look at the players milling around that ball. There'd be, well, probably a dozen of them. The wingers, I can tell you, the wingers from the far side are pretty much on the line of the square. So every player is in this side of the ground. Clearance comes, hat kick out. Brad Jackson. Down the ground, it's rolling. Will it be out of bounds? They tap it into each other, and Westminster just popping out. Because of the great sports program down here, we've got the soccer game going over on the left of us, and a couple of the young soccer players just coming past. But of course, we're on football number 1 oval here. Rostrevor doing a good job of things. 2 away games for them. Will it be 2 wins? Unable to take it. Andre Lim. What's the umpire called here? Give it back, he says. We're watching on the TV. Give me a bit of action on the TV, he says. Throws it up. Again, Tim Alva racking up possessions. He's going to get a free kick down the ground. Of course, our magnificent umpires, Angus Cooper and Tyler. doing a great job out there. And this is, well, Daniel Will very quickly across to Tim Alva, just popping it out of bounds. So fantastic. I've plucked someone from the crowd and you wouldn't believe it. The gentleman next to me has introduced himself. His name is Simon, and you wouldn't believe it. Simon Shepherd is the principal of Westminster. Welcome, Simon.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for being here.
Fantastic, mate. We'll just adjust your microphone, and fantastic to get you out supporting. Of course, you're probably split between the footy and the soccer today, are you? You're spreading yourself around?
We're lucky today. Usually the school soccer plays in the mornings.
Yes.
And the games we've got going on over to the side of us here are the Old Scholars. So we've got a very active Old Scholars soccer team.
Yep.
And a lot of young Old Scholars, both men and women, come back and play footy with us.
And you've given them permission, of course, to use the magnificent facilities out here. We've been out here before, Simon, and we're always well looked after here, so we do thank you immensely for that. And how are you seeing the team at the moment? A little bit behind on the scoreboard, that breeze down the ground?
It's probably a 3 or 4 goal breeze. We're not quite making full use of it at the moment. We've got about 5 boys out, tough country lads, picked up injuries, and they're listening to doctor's orders, which is good to see. A few fingers, a few shoulders.
Yep.
The young blokes have to take care of themselves for a bit of longevity in their careers.
We had young Ryder Irvine. I don't know whether you heard much of him before. Probably didn't let him get a word in, to be honest, but outstanding young man. You produce outstanding young people here, so fantastic. And we may have Darby Fitzgerald in the third quarter yet if we can get him. The parents are here anxiously waiting and having a bit of a chuckle in the background, but I don't know where young Darby's gone.
Well, Darby can be a bit elusive. I'm sure the opposition find that when they're on the field with him.
Yes.
But Darby's picked up a shoulder this occasion, I think.
Yes, correct.
And Ryder, unfortunately, has done a shoulder again this season. He did one last season.
Oh.
And I think he's having a game up at home.
Yep.
Up around Mildura.
Okay.
And I reckon he did his shoulder again up there, and we'll miss him for the season. We've got some wonderful young players out here. It's a bit hard with the Alva twins. There's twins out there.
Okay.
Number 4 and number 28, Tim and Jack.
Yes.
Are both very solid players, and Tim's a great ball getter.
And yeah, I tell you what, he's been outstanding, hasn't he? And this is your captain, Max Robertson, and that's a great kick. Did you have a kick of the footy yourself, Simon? Have you played football over the years?
Yeah, look, I've tried. I was never blessed with skill. Had a bit of size, a bit of speed, a bit of determination, and that was about it.
All right, so Brad Jackson, as long as you had a go, mate, that's all we ask. And Brad Jackson. So is today a bit of an R&R for you, or it's still a work day?
Look, it is a bit of a work day, but coming out and investing some time, and what a great kick by Brad. He's had a real go at that. Has it curved in? Yeah, he's put it through the middle of the posts.
Yeah, very exciting. Yeah, so go on.
And so it's great to come out and see them and be part of their lives as well as be their principal, because when you have really authentic relationships with the kids, it helps them enjoy their education. They get a lot more out of it. Usually they ask me to bring the camera because it does a couple of things. It shuts me up.
Yeah. I like that.
And they get a few photos from the game as well.
Ah.
So I was hit up this morning with, you got your camera today? And I said, no, I forgot it.
You must have been a bit stinky there. You're sitting there before, and I asked you to move on because I said your phone call would have come across just as well now that we know you're the principal, because if that phone call had come across the air, mate, it could have been anything.
It could have been, yeah. Well, unfortunately, we had an ambulance come in for one of the boys in the reserves games.
Yep.
Just a little bit of follow-up there.
And we wish him all the best, that young lad. We heard the groans of the crowd when the collision happened. I hope he's okay and gets back on his feet very soon.
Well, we've got a great team, and our director of boarding's gone in the ambulance with him, and so he's in there getting great caretaking. Oh, a nice bump off the ground there.
Big, wasn't it?
Yeah. And the pitches around Adelaide and South Australia at the moment, they must all be struggling. Players must be finding it really tough. We're very lucky. We've got beautifully irrigated pitches.
Yes.
And the kids have got great grounds to play on. It's a pleasure to have Rostrevor down here and host them on some alluvial floodplains rather than the
Ah,
mountainous terrain of
Yes.
Rostrevor.
A bit of home ground advantage. I love it. Just caught in this pocket at the moment. I'm just going to say, do you allow headbands? Because Aiden Nixon Burns might need one out there.
Or a
on
haircut.
windy day.
He can take either option. But
There's a goal.
is he going to bounce through? It's chased.
Oh,
There's some great defence down there by Rostrevor, unfortunately for us. Bit of clumsiness as they're working out of the pocket.
so here's a free kick going
Yes.
the way of Westminster.
It's a pretty intense game, and a lot of the boys are thinking about what they're going to do with the ball before
Yes.
they've got it. A lot
Eth-
of pressure on the players.
So Ethan, Natali, can you tell us a little bit about some of these players? This ball
Ethan's
in hand?
debuting today.
Yes.
So this is his first game in the first 18. Another boarder
Fantastic.
from the wine grain districts, and he's a great young lad. His dad's made the trip today to see him get out and have his first game. So Year 11 boy having his first Guernsey with the first 18.
Tell you what, look at him get around him too.
Yeah, isn't
Proud
that-
moment.
What a wonderful moment, and his dad will be down here somewhere, and he'll probably have some misty eyes.
That is sensational. So, yeah, a couple of lads from Mildura, and then he's from, you're talking about that area as well, is he?
I
Or the-
believe that's
or
where he's
the-
from. He
Yep.
might be a bit further south, but
Okay.
he's from a wine growing family or working
Yes.
up around that region.
Oh, might be a few gifts coming your way.
We've
Help
got
with his education.
Well, we have got a lovely boarding community and really gentle, good kids, humble
Yep.
kids.
And it's, look, the rivalry between a lot of these schools, the Sacred Hearts, Rostrevor, Westminster, we came out a couple of years ago. I will say this, Tim Weatherall, outstanding man. We give him the interviews and so on, and he always gives us that time pre-game. And, you know, I reckon if I was a young lad and I was a player, I'd love to be coached by Tim.
Yeah, we have got a great coach in Tim. 350 games?
Yeah,
in the
it's a fair
Sandford.
bit. McGarry medal.
And he's backed
Bit of
up
everything.
by Seamus Maloney
Oh, okay. That's so
And-
tall and short.
and Andrew Whiteman now.
Yes,
So,
yeah. Well, geez, he was a hard nut too.
A bit of madness has joined
yeah,
the
I was
Westminster team,
say.
and I'm sure
Wow.
he'll thank me when he hears that comment.
We say that respectfully. They were a great team there. So I'll tell you, Clay Shadforth's got a bit of go in him, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Really
Clay's
good player.
an exceptional young bloke, a really gifted sportsman,
Yep.
a beautiful character, gentle, very, very humble young bloke, and he can run like the wind, and he keeps going.
Yep.
Fantastic hand-eye coordination and a great sense of timing.
And endeavour, like you say, just keeps running
Yeah.
all the time. So the endeavour, you know, you ask for effort and endeavour. He's got the skills to match, of course. We just see Rostrevor here coming out this side again, and that's come undone again. That's a great set of jigs. Plays on immediately, the Westminster player over the top. Oh, great pick up, around we go. That's unselfish play. That is fantastic play there.
That was Aiden doing a lovely
Yeah.
little kick to the top of the box.
How good was that? Just sharing that ball. Let's just have a look here. Just got his back to us. We'll see
Struggling
this
to
in a
see
moment.
that.
There we go. 35 is Joey Otto Crosling.
I believe this is Joey's debut as well today.
Okay, only looks a slight lad. He could be on horse 7 at Morphettville for all we know, but no, we'll say that respectfully. Just good on you, young lad. And that was a very courageous mark there as he comes in. Should be a lay down was there, but that wind swings the ball around a bit. Look at him, get around him. I'll
There
tell
we
you
go.
what, Simon, you might be the omen here. Since you've come on commentary, they've kicked 3 or 4 goals. They're playing up. Their first game is like that. It's bigger than the game itself. When I almost get a bit emotional when you see the players all come and get around that first. And when they run out of the tunnel here, I say this unashamedly, out of all the schools, Sacred Heart's got a good little thing that they do. But when they run out of the tunnel here at Westminster, this is one of the best, if you say, run-outs pre-game.
Yeah,
The noise, and you think, imagine those lads playing their first game and they're hearing that noise before they run out, and then it's on. That gives you a couple of goals, just lifts you.
Absolutely. Well, we built this pavilion we're in, the Thomas Pavilion, on top of the old cricket nets. It's got great
Okay.
clubbing going on. It's just so intense around the centre of the ball and the clearances. But we built this here, and we built it on purpose. And as we built it, there was a real determination to give every player who runs onto our fields a players' race to come through.
Wow.
And for some of the kids, it might be the only time they run through a race like this.
Correct.
But
Yes.
You can imagine on big
I love
games,
that.
there'll be
Yeah.
100 kids lining up on each side.
Yes.
They run out through the funnel, so it's giving them the MCG experience right here at Westminster.
We've called from over near the scoreboard twice. I've been down here 2 or 3 times, and we hear it from over there. But to be here today and to hear that noise, I'm an old footy head. I just about shudder inside. I think, oh, that sound, it's just sensational.
And the older we get, the more sentimental we get.
Yes,
and the
exactly.
quicker we get a tear in our eye.
Nice.
That's a good lead into the forward pocket there by number 8 from Rostrevor.
Yeah, Ned
McCarthy.
Having a good game, but they are kicking into the wind here.
Yeah, that's it.
Simon?
It's got a bit on it, the wind has here. Some great crumbing by young Mr. VK there, Van Cruzen, having a bit of a go. It's kicked to the top of the box, Daniel Wills rushing out. Clean grab, but he's played on. Snapped around the corner, and he's put it through.
Thomas
Griffiths gets his second.
And that is their second for the quarter. They've only kicked, when I say only, they've only kicked the 2 goals, 2 for the quarter. Westminster have kicked 3-3, so you are winning the quarter, which is very good.
Good news for Westminster as we think about the fourth, having the breeze in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
And, and try to stay out of the pockets where they're deep pockets with a bit of a trap on this beautiful oval.
So take us through these. A lot of these lads are year 10, year 11, year 12. What happens year 12 for the lads? They finish their footy, their last ever, just a player down there in the middle with a hook ankle. Is anything special happen at the end of the year with the send-off? Their last, I know it's a big thing for a lot of them, their last ever college game.
Well, we blend pretty much straight into Old Scholars footy with the Westminster Old Scholars Footy Club.
Yep.
So in the last few weeks of the season, they go out and do some training with the Old Scholars.
Good mix.
And we try and help build the bridge. Of course, a lot of the boys country boys.
Yep.
And they'll head home, and the lure of country footy compared to amateurs is strong. I played country footy myself. Great take on top of the box, intercept mark.
He's going to go in, sorry, to cut in there.
And he's rushed the kick.
Just across. Yeah, so sorry, coming back to the...
Where was that, Paddy? Who kicked that one? Paddy Hutchins had a shot there? I couldn't quite see who it was.
I was waiting to see on the screen here, but I was listening to your story as well there. So
the shift of location for you, although this is only, we're only probably 15, 20 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
The view you get is top notch.
Outstanding. As we say, we've got our filmer here today, young man filming with us, John Douglas.
That was a highly contested kick into the pocket, some dangerous footy. He's taken a long run, having a bounce or two. Lost it on the outside. It's been crumbed beautifully by one of the Alva twins. It looks like Tim, by the way, he's putting his head over the ball.
A tag team, do they look for each other on the field at times? Do you notice,
when
or
they're
they
a
just
bit
play
younger,
their own games?
Yeah, when they were a bit younger, they played for Edwardstown and dance school, and the boys would find each other regularly. And now as they're getting a bit older, Jack's got a great deal of heart. Tim's just got this capacity to just have a little bit more vision at this point in time.
Yep.
I'm sure Jack will grow into it, but right now Timmy's got a bit more vision.
Gee, that player's mark that the umpire's call played on.
It was a clean-looking grab, wasn't it?
So, but I might have been touched on the way through, so there's probably the payback here.
It looked like Major had a good grab at that.
So this is Aidan Bruno. He had a huge celebration. I called his celebration was bigger than the goal itself in the first quarter. So hang on to your hats here, because if he kicks this, he could be up here with us yet, Simon. he just goes right off this lad, and why not celebrate big?
He's certainly got a fantastic physique to be a great on-baller in there and crumbing.
So he gives himself a little bit of width. So it's just going to hang in the air. Look at the big jukes go up. There's a push as well.
Yeah, the wind pulled it down then rapidly, didn't it?
Yeah, that's Mitch Dickinson. No, this is Will Harvey.
Yeah, looks like Will Harvey.
Good size. Really big lad.
Strong country boy, Will. Lovely kick. Paddy's worked all the way down from the forward line to take that in the back pocket.
Don't mind him coming up the ground too, Simon. He's a good sized lad and can take the mark. Little physique on it. You can see what he's going to grow into.
He's very athletic and does a good 100 metres as well.
Really? Wow.
He's got a bit of pace.
Look at him running now. He's running off his opponent. As it just comes down that forward pocket. Player going to glide by on the outside here. Doesn't quite get to him. Good courage there. That was 1 on to 3. I'll tell you what I've been super impressed with Westminster is their tackling and their ability to hold themselves over the ball when they need to.
Yeah, I think Tim and the team do quite a bit of work on strength over the ball.
Yep.
And getting good posture.
Yes.
Getting a good stance over the ball gives you that bit of stability.
So just coming around the outside. I often say though, if you go the boundary, you get the boundary. Nice diving mark there. This is Christian Gould. Gets it inside. Running player. Courageous there. Ned McCarthy again, having a great game. So A little bit of body on body down here in the forward line. I think the Westminster lads, the bigger, taller lads are down here. There's the body on body up in
That was
front.
a
Good
bit of a
punch.
sling there.
Yep, well done.
That was young Andre there,
Andre
Andre Lim, throwing off the ball there. Or Andre may have changed his name recently, actually.
Okay.
What's
We've got it as Andre Lim.
No, it's still Andre Lim. Yep. So Andre, he played first basketball this morning,
Fair dinkum.
and then backed up with footy this afternoon. So because we're a co-ed school, depth
Yes.
is a bit of an issue, and we get talented sports kids, and they will back up and play 2 or 3 sports. So it's not uncommon for us to have boys who are playing 2 games on a Saturday. In the seconds earlier, my own lad, he had a crack in the first basketball this morning and came out and showed his skills in the second 18.
Wow. So we normally would take a break, but we're going to hang on here a little bit while we've got you, Simon. We really appreciate your time, and let's talk about the school and the environment and some of the themes. I know we can see the young ladies coming around now. I know the times we've been out here, I reckon one year there was probably 100 people walked around the boundary because Westminster were kicking down that far end. So that really inclusiveness. What are some of the themes that run through the school?
Yeah, that's a great question to ask. We try to have a theme every year.
Yep.
So for the last 7 years, we've run with be kind,
Yes.
be grateful.
Yep. It's a big one, gratefulness.
Yeah. Live with purpose.
Fantastic.
To be useful. To be brave. And this year, our school theme's to be humble, and to try and really ensure that our kids have great humility and they get on and live a fantastic life.
Yep.
With a sense of inner confidence, but without a sense of entitlement. A very, very strong urge to get around the boys as we see them jogging up that race you talked about before.
Yeah, that noise.
And you can hear the community spirit. And it backs up. It comes both ways. If you've been here for the netball this morning, you would have seen most of the first 18 boys up in the stand watching the first netball play at 8 o'clock in the morning.
That's fantastic.
And it turns into a full day. Right down to our old scholars. One of our great old scholars, Richard Bund, just walking around the edge of the ground here. He was here to be a runner.
Yes.
For the second 18. Ended up reffing the game, and he's still here.
So we talk about that legacy, don't we? Like I was asking before, someone said to me, do you want some of the lads from Year 7 media to come up and help? And I said, well, if they're available and if they can sit here and commentate or do the camera, that'd be great. But that legacy, then you don't just finish at Year 12 and see you later. It's come back, you can be an old scholar, come back and help with the running, come back and be a coach. I just love that inclusiveness, and you're proud for life.
Oh, we hope
really.
so. We hope so that they're part of the community. We have lovely cross-age relationships too.
Yes.
So if you're Year 12, you should be completely approachable. We don't have a middle school.
Yep.
And because of our Year 12s aren't good enough and gentle enough people to be leading our Year 7s and to be kind to our Year 7s, there's something wrong with the culture of our school.
Be approachable. I love that.
So we want our Year 12s to be absolutely approachable by the youngest kids in the school. And we do have a lot of cross-age tutoring because we're a one-campus school all the way down to ELC. We have our kids learning throughout their progression to give back to the younger year groups.
Well, it's fantastic, isn't it? That's that legacy, because the lad that's in Year 12 now, that lad that's in Year 7 is him in 5 years' time,
Absolutely.
4 years' time, whatever. Tell us about borders. I'm always fascinated with this. We know there's a lot of the colleges around, and you do a great job. We've got one of our great cameraman's son goes to this school, and I think his wife teaches here. We won't mention names on air, but absolutely loves it. The ratio of boarders versus homegrown, or people that live in the area, etc.
Sure.
We can discuss that.
We can, yeah. So we, a few years ago, we had about 80 boarders.
Yep.
And we've got 147 at the moment.
Wow.
So we've grown in boarders dramatically. In fact, you might have read a little bit of a story the advertisers decided to put on, where I moved out of the principal's house to put boarders into it.
Wow, that's great.
Of course, they led with a bit of clickbait.
Yes.
Top school, principal
moves
out.
Wow.
And then you had to read the story to find out it was to give the house to boarders, so 7 more kids can move in.
So that wasn't your camper van I saw in the car park then, was it? No? Jeez.
Yeah, no, Marion Council won't let me do that.
No.
But
wow.
We're very fortunate. So we've got 187 boarders here and a school of around 1,400. And so they make up a big percentage of our school and the fabric which binds us together, because they live in the heart of the school. And they'll do things. They're really cooperative and wonderful and take a bit of pride in it. Well, we do try at the same time to give them a bit of separation So the
Yes.
boarding compound
Yep.
is not in the middle of the school. They've got a little bit of space, so they can actually walk home to boarding rather than
Okay.
just walk across
So there's
the path.
whole method to everything. All right, Simon, we might take a short break because I know the function's on in there. You've probably got to show a bit of face in there as well. But listen, if you're around the place, we'd love to get you back on in the second half.
No
if you're only
problems.
just sitting there, mate, you may as well be over here and giving us a fabulous insight. It's a lot bigger. We come out and do the footy, but it's so much bigger than the football. So thank you so much. Let's have a short break,
Yep.
and as we say, we'll welcome you back.
Just before I farewell, you've got Derby coming on soon, I believe, and to give you an example of the camaraderie, the esprit de corps, the sense of belonging, he helped coach the 10Bs this morning. So
Wow.
while he's out injured from playing first 18, they were missing a coach. So Derby and a couple of other boys jumped on board and coached the 10Bs.
Might ask him about his coaching career. So,
Oh,
all right,
He might not
Simon.
be too proud of it yet. Yet.
We'll take a short break, and as we say, hopefully we can get you back on. If he comes in the third quarter, we might get you in the last if you're still around. And thank you, as I said, giving us an insight into the magnificent job you're doing down here at Westminster.
Well, thank you very much. That's very kind of you.
Thank you. Very good. So yes, if you're
Is it? I think it is. I think it's Excuse me.
sorry,
Oh, sorry.
Neil, I heard something there, and I've got.
Okay, you're going to come do some commentating.
No, we need like a night. Is there like a sheet with the team sheet? Can we take a photo? Yeah.
Get my phone.
That's what we want.
Thank
The parents
you.
want it.
Okay.
They've
Yeah.
sent us over.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tell them to listen to the call.
Oh, the commentary.
Oh. Is he live right now?
Actually, yeah, I think we've got the link.
What else?
Oh, we'll be able to listen to it.
Oh, wait.
So many games I do.
35. Yeah, that's that one. Perfect.
So we'll be able to give it.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course we will, mate. You weren't even there for long, Michael. Hey, you had over. Send us $5.
Grab a drink if you want.
Yeah. If you want to change the camera, I put the scoreboard now, so you can move the camera.
Oh, you got it, boss. That old one. So don't, here's the hot seat here, mate.
Yeah. I'm going to go in. Thank you.
missed a seat doing their boys. It's very difficult. A lot of people get some of the long way cricket game and just doing plenty of training. And it was like 2 hours.
Well, welcome back, folks, and we see the scoreboard at half-time, 5-5-35 Westminster, 7-5-47 Rostrevor, leading by 12 points. Joining us in commentary is outstanding young gentleman, Darby Fitzgerald. First of all, welcome, Darby.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
No, fantastic, mate. And so Westminster fought their way back in, 12 points in it. They're against the wind here a little bit, and we'll pick your brains in a moment about some of your teammates out here, and just taking the ground there. Very good player, Tim Alva. How have you seen Tim's game today?
Yeah, he's been pretty good in the first half. He's absolute bull in the midfield. Yeah, getting a fair few touches. So, yeah, so far so good.
Yeah, so he's just at the back of the pack there, number 4, and they're putting a bit of attention into him is Jaden Evans, the captain of Rostrevor. And, well, free kick picked out, and that's him as we speak. So, well done. Well done, Darby. So, just going to come down. Maybe, do you reckon he's within scoring range here? What's he like with the foot?
Yeah, he's pretty good in front of the goals.
Probably a touch far out there,
yeah,
and probably it's only 25 metre.
Yeah,
so let's just have a look here, mate. And you got big Patrick Hutchins they're putting a bit of time into as well.
Yeah, yep, they are.
Trots in. He's given it plenty. I tell you what, he has, just offline. But tell you what, he did a good job of that.
Yeah, he did.
Now, your position, Darby, what do you normally play?
I play for half-back flank.
Half-back flank, and you're a good size lad. How old are you at the moment?
I'm 17 years old.
17, so you've still got 4 years of growing. And, mate, tell us about your right shoulder at the moment. You've dislocated it, but you will be back in about 6 weeks, which is really heartening news.
Yeah, I did dislocate my shoulder last week against PAC, which was the first 2 minutes of the game.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it was pretty heartbreaking. But
so they pop it back in and they say, give it another go? Get back out there like in 6 weeks' time, of course.
No, they didn't pop it back into the hospital. So
okay, yep.
It was stuck for a bit. So.
But structurally, it's at this point they think it's going to be okay.
Yeah, all good. Just dislocate, nothing too serious.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And just see your strength and conditioning guy, Stephen Schwert, walking past ex-Crows. He's been with the Crows and Saka and everything. That man.
Yeah,
Does he drive you a bit with the fitness, does he, at the football?
Yeah, he's been a good addition to the school. Yeah, he's taught us a few things, which has been good. Yeah, his knowledge is pretty up there.
So just that ball floating across goal there for Rostrevor. As we see 5-6 36 to 7-5 47. And you're a Mildura lad, I believe, so enjoying your time here at school. We had your mate Ryder down here commentating as well. He's unfortunately got the left wing, and you've got the right wing.
Yeah, that's right.
2 dislocations.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So we'll just have a look here. Nice kick in there. That was Jack Michaelani. Senior 18, how long have you played the first 18 out here? Is this your first year, or you played a bit last year as well?
I played a bit in year 10, so
wow.
I got my first crack in year 10, and yeah, just been playing ever since then.
So you year 12, year 11 this year?
Year 12 this year.
As that kick in came, big tackle in the front of the goals there. Can they get it out? Look at the players there. There's more players laying down than standing up as that ball hit the post. What's the umpire called here? Our umpires Angus, Cooper and Tyler. They didn't give us their last name. Couldn't believe that. As we see the ball up on screen. Big high leap. Good set of jets on that young player. Gives it off Alex Zokas. Do we say the silent T, do we? Is it Zokas?
Yeah, it's Zokas, yeah.
Thank goodness you're here, mate.
Oh, I think so anyways.
Don't say I think, just say yes, that's it, Tony. So they go out towards the boundary here through Lucas Rust. The kick comes in. Up they go. Gee, keeping it in play. Around the corner. Shadows starting to form across the ground, which I don't mind because that sun's quite bright in our eyes. You can really see it very clear there. And that's Will Thomas getting up. Just at the back of the pack on his own. Had to apply the tackle there. Anyone's ball. Gee, it's close to the boundary. Good crowd here today. What's it like? Take us through that when you run out that tunnel there and you hear the roar. We were talking to your principal there. The roar of the crowd is just unbelievable. What's it like as a player?
Oh, it just gives you goosebumps. Like all half the schools out here, like just a really good experience, and just gives you goosebumps. And
well, we've been here. We've called games from the other side, and the crowd follows depending on which end the ball's going. The atmosphere, mate, to play your school football out here at such an outstanding college must be fantastic for you.
Yeah, it's really good. The deck's pretty good.
Yes.
Good nick, so yeah.
Speaking of Nick, that was Nick Foster who got bundled over, but they've called play on. This guy goes all right. Look at, he's done the push off and he's tackled from the other side and didn't like it. And that was Michaelani. He's had a very good game as well. Jack Michaelani, that is. And gee, just applying that. And that's the breakdown in around that 50-metre area. They just can't break through Westminster, but they're holding Rostrevor up as well. Nice kick there by, that was Fergus Mile. So you would have played against a few of these, Jules Puro with ball in hand, some of the Rostrevor players.
Yeah.
Do you chat much to them out there, or is it banter, or is it a little bit of sledging and stuff?
A bit more of the sledging part.
Or do you take part in it, or you just laugh and run off?
Just laugh and run off.
Oh, very good. Mate, I can't believe, fair income, I didn't spy you in there, but the half-time spread here is one of the best. Gee, they looked after us. I was still going to sandwiches now. How'd you go at half-time? Did you get in there?
Oh,
have a bit of a graze?
At the end, just got in there. Had a bit of a feed though.
As you do, mate. Enjoy the hospitality.
Yeah.
Gee, putting the one hand up there, that was Lewis Green. Just struggling into this wind a little bit, but the competitiveness and the strength of the tackling has been fantastic, as we see again here. I reckon they've matched Rostrevor with the tackling, and you're only 2 goals down on the scoreboard, and it's that first quarter of Rostrevor, they kicked the 5 goals. That was the difference. But we look at this, really 50-50 game, do you think?
Yeah, I think, should be for the rest of the game, hopefully.
And second week in, you've got some new players, because we heard from your principal there in that second quarter. There were 2 players that kicked goals on debut today. So you're still learning about other players' traits and styles of play. And, do you find that some of the players, you see them at training, you think, oh, they look all right. And then all of a sudden you get to a game and you see something different about them?
Yeah, that's right. They're all do their part. Some stood out last week, So
He's
keep
tackling again. Yeah, Brad Jackson, he likes to have a go. He's kicked 2 goals. Does he flare up a bit, does he, when he gets in? You know, he's down here where the big sticks are and he flares up and he puts the tackle in and he thinks, here's an opportunity. Good on him.
He loves it around the goals. Absolute jet. He's been playing well today.
Yep.
Been good. He's good. He was out all last season with an ACL injury.
Okay.
He's come back.
Oh, good.
A good add to our team.
So, ball just in that 50 metre. If you can just get that one extra, you got the player loose here. If they can get it to him, Daniel Will on the outside of the pack. He's sort of knowing where to run, or do you go inside? Just limping a bit there, Patrick Hutchins, big number 5. You can see him might have done a bit of the groin there. Reckon he's going to have to go up in the ruck here. No, he's not. Steps back. The tap at Westminster's way here, Rostrevor 1-2. Just a hack kick. That's dangerous, and that'll do. Well worked out by Lewis Green. He's been influential as well. Get him and Tim Alva mixed up a little bit, the Blondies.
Yeah,
you're Blondie yourself, just well you're not out there. We'd mix you all up.
Yeah.
Lead comes. Ignored from Joe. I've been impressed. We sort of say that's 50 metres out, but some of these kicks have made it today. So let's have a look here. Lewis Green, what do you reckon? Quick.
I hope so.
Oh! Okay, here it comes. Oh, it's on the ground. Look how many players are around that ball as we speak. Hunger for it. There he is, the big fella Hutchins. Loves it. Patrick. So you've got a couple of balls down there, and look at Brad Jackson. He's in there, number 12. Watch out for him. Body on body, plays front position. There it is. There it is. That's a great goal, Timmy Elver. You're allowed to clap. It's a bit hard with one hand, I know, but you are allowed to support. And how'd you see that? Just perfect crumbing goal. We'll get the. Here we go. Call the replay for us. What's the setup there?
He's reading it, and then perfect position.
They gave him that probably half a metre each, didn't they? Those 3 Rostrevor players gave him half a metre each, and that was all he needed to work his magic. 6-6-42 plays 7-5-47. Get excited, Derby, because we have a game on here, mate. 5 points the difference. Early in the third quarter, 9 minutes 22 seconds, would you believe, into the third quarter, and Westminster kicking into the wind, doing a magnificent job. Timmy Elver, there he is again, getting that ball out. This is the one Clay Shadforth like to see him get a bit more involved again. Up and down. Are they under pressure? Michael Laney's had a great game, but I'll tell you, just about the turnover. Over the top of the fingernails. They break free now. That player for Rostrevor. Do they go inside, up, down? Big collision of players. Anyone's ball. They shuffle it out. Trying to do a full 360. That was Major Ackland. Well, he did 180 when he actually gathered the ball, but he had to turn and turn and turn, and the quick snap came undone, and that is their first score of the quarter. 1 goal, exactly the difference. We were saying there to Ryder before, if you get to pick which half back you stand on, would you go on the right-hand side of the ground because the wind's blowing that side? That's where most of the play would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, so get out there today. And are you a target for the kick-ins? What's the go here with the kick-in on a windy day here? Would you be a target out there, or
I usually kick in. So.
Do you? Okay.
Have a bit of a run.
Oh, we can have a choice to play fullback as well. So, what do you elect to do? So, because that kick there, you've gone out the opposite side.
Yeah. So we try to go on the inside.
Yep. From there, it's like tacking and sailing, isn't it? Come down here with the wind. Just watch that breeze there. See, big pack forms. Anyone's ball. Up it comes Westminster. Just that little fumble's critical. Taking the ground, play on. Nice, clever tap there. 1-2, bang, and umpire calls it. I'll tell you what, they're loading up again here, Westminster. 25 metres as well. Get excited because here they come down here, and I'll tell you what, look at the young bull here. He's gone left, he's gone right. The lead comes. That is a great lead. Very good kick. He's hard at it too, Brad Jackson. Does not like getting beaten, I'd suspect. There's the ball on the ground. Here's Jackson on the outside. They can't get it to him. It's okay. It's in the hands of Patrick Hutchins. Across the ground. They're mopping up this way, that way. Cam. Qualman. Into the pocket. Good positioning. Anyone's ball. It's still in play. Right in front of the big crowd here. You can hear the crowd urging them on, and it's just bundled out of bounds. It's exciting football. Lewis McDonald takes that ball out of bounds. Look at the amount of players around that ball. Righto, you call it. Derby, come on. What do you reckon's going to happen?
Oh, Daniel Will, burst through and goal.
All right, let's have a look. Here it is. Who's that?
Will Thomas.
Righto, what's he done? Just offline.
Yeah.
You're allowed to get excited, mate. Fantastic. All right, you got any folks at home? I see the parents back here behind you keeping an eye on proceedings. They're texting frantically. They're calling people back in Mildura to have a listen, I'd suspect.
Yeah,
Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to? Nan and Pop or anything?
Nan and Pop.
Ah, beautiful. Balin O'Brien, we'll come back to that in a minute. So this is, Kyron Cole Manolis, we haven't called much. Geez, he's ran on well into the middle of the ground. Now, that's right in the dead centre. Looks out, so they may go diagonally across. No, they elect to go forward. Nice little neat kick. It's Fergus Mile giving it. Gee, Kyron Cole Manolis, he's got a good set of jets on him. He's really got himself involved. As soon as I say that, commentators curse. Westminster come out. That's a spiraling kick. There's only one player here, and there's no one forward of this ball if Westminster can get it out. They push hard. That's good pressure. Up it goes. Oh, that's a great set of jukes. He tells the player, go forward, go forward. He directs the play and gives that ball out. This is big number 35, Fergus Mile. You played on Fergus before. He's a good size.
I don't think so.
Take us through. You've played out here. That wind is going right across his shoulder, left to right. How do you reckon he's going to go with this kick? I reckon he's going to struggle.
Yeah,
He's left footer though. Yeah, this could help him.
Get to the left. Not a bad roost.
Just offline, yeah, fair call. Sportsmanship, you're obviously taught a lot of that out here. We talked about the banter on field, but just good sportsmanship, as you said. Not a bad roost. You could have been derogative, but you said very good things. And you admire, it's not when you see good footy, isn't it? You admire it, you know. Talking about good footy, players collide there. Guess who mops up again? Timmy Elver. He's looking for the best on ground pair of Archie's thongs, the way he's moving around. Just see here, up and down. Oh, is that a flick pass, wasn't it? Oh, taken high, was he? No, he wasn't. That was Balin O'Brien. Trying to push off. We've seen a bit of that today. Players have tried to push off and been caught by the second tackle. So Westminster's tackling really impressive. Dangerous kick into the centre. Anyone's ball. Big Patrick Hutchins gives away the free. And, Cooper Ratcliffe Miller. Let's see what they do this time, eh? Just across. Now it's out. Kick down into that inside 50 again. Good set of jukes. Yeah, Majur Ackland, he's got a good set of jukes, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Hard match-up. You allowed to run off the back line when you're playing half-back? Are you allowed to, or you're encouraged to run off the back line a bit, or are you more stay at home on your man?
No, I'm more of a run-off player.
Yeah, that's good, mate.
Involved in the game.
Excellent. So he's taken a long time here, Majur. Bit of an opportunity to give the players a breather. As we can see, 6 points the difference. Gee, doesn't really get hold of it. Kicked it across the face. They're out again. Is that Green, is it? There? It's like Lewis, Zach Elver, was it? Jack Elver, sorry. Yep. And Kyron Cole Manolis, he's been a bit of energy this quarter for the Rostrevor team. Difficult kick, this one. What do you reckon is going to float across? You'd have to put it up, float across and hopefully blow back in. Is that the theory there?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's have a look. Might have put it into the teeth of goal. They're pretty happy. Touched. So umpire's calling it. Goal umpire's just remove the glasses. They're doing a great job. They're all, what's he going to call? He's telling someone to just pipe down. He's calling it a point. Let him do his job. That's what we say. Good to see it. They're not going to change their mind. Oh, bit of WrestleMania. Kids down here in front of us, and there's Dad wandering out with one in the arms and two wrestling on the ground. What you do for a chip these days. Anyway, here we go. They're going to load up here, Rostrevor, from the wing. All the players, just about all, down in that one area, aren't they? Probably within a 30-metre radius. Look at them moving around, though. Just pulls that kick a touch. Oh, is that in the back? No, it's not. A lot of Westminster players around the ball. 1-2. Anyone's ball here. Windy today, as we can see on camera. 7 points the difference on the big scoreboard. Umpire calls it. Can be a bit tiring, this stop-start, and umpire just going back. Sorry. Ball just on the ground. Another free kick, and yep, just holding up. A little bit there, he was downfield, was it? Yeah. You might have felt that. Hayden Nixon Burns just wandering off there, having a chat to his teammate. Downfield, and Ned McCarthy's kicked the 2. Thomas Griffiths kicked 2. You can see right on the corner of the square there, as he comes in, he's probably going to kick this from 50. The wind, will it help? He runs out to the right a little bit. That's a nice kick though. There's a lad that knows his way around a footy oval. That is Ned McCarthy with his 3rd.
Not a bad player.
Yeah. Well, I think he was best there for them last week, so yeah, can play quite well. I have got the sheet probably under my sandwich there. And the wind is playing havoc with us there, but you can see the scoreboard 6-7-43, 8-8-56. So as we said, McCarthy, I reckon he kicked the 4, if I can get that bit of paper open. That's the wrong sheet. There we go. Always happens. So we'll come back to the game. Another ball up in the middle. And never guess what I found. Last week's results. And he did. He kicked 4 and he was best on, according to the coaches. So I think he's heading that way as we speak himself, and well, Tim Alva is the other one that's having a good game as we speak out there. Cam Qualman couldn't quite, young Cam, but good recovery, gets it back. Opportunity here for Hayden Nixon Burns just to make up for the blemish earlier. Doesn't mind it hard. He'd be a hard match up at training.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
Yeah, so there he goes. He's off after it. Bursts through 2. That is great play. Puts the tackle in as well. Boy, oh boy. It's rough and ready there. 38 here is Charlie Best. And big tackle. Big tackle. Well, your principal's on earlier, Simon Shepherd, and I'll tell you what, Simon might be correct. If they come home with the win, Westminster, it could be anyone's game here. And I'll tell you what, I notice here, the 2 Rostrevor players, well, whether it's their doing or it's the Westminster players are in front of their opponents. So if that ball drops short in the wind, guess who's going to get it first? Because you never make that 1 metre up, do you, if you stand behind?
That's right.
So I like to see that. Here they go. Oh, nice set of jukes. There's Isaiah Miller. Good size too. It's on the left boot. The lead comes. It's a long kick. Over the cricket pitch it goes down. Anyone's ball. Oh, coming through. Jonty Thompson didn't quite take the player. Ooh, bang. Gee, it's nice and physical. And how do you find you're a bit sore after the games when you're playing? Because it's, I say, like yourself, most of these lads will play A-grade football back home.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Northfield. Yeah, my teammates do.
Gee, just held 360 there. 3 against. I'll just call this as Charlie Brodie. Ball in hand, goes out wide. And this is Jules Pirot. Just in the shade there. This will be the difficult, just about go the check side, wouldn't you? Just with that wind. It's a hard kick. So Jules Pirot. taking his time, as we said, opportunity for the players to get their breath back. What would you be saying on the mark? Would you be yelling at him?
Oh, saying something.
Give him something. Oh, he's a left footer, so that's a good side for him. I'll tell you what, he's kicked it. The goal umpire didn't move. The players all raced towards him as he kicked it. And, well, that's interesting. Jules Pirro with 2, Ned McCarthy 3, Thomas Griffiths 2, Adrian Bruno with 1, and the world's best celebration I've seen today, and Jonty Thompson with 1. So that is the 9 goals, 6 goals. So Elva, Hutchins, Natali, Jackson with 2, and Otto Crosling with 1 for Westminster. As we're 22, almost 23 minutes into the third quarter. So take us through this bit of play, Darby. What do you reckon? Nice tap out, wasn't it? Out towards the wing. Can they put the tackles on again? That's been impressive. Go on.
Stick the tackles. Get forward.
Centre forward position, marking contest. Good second effort, great second effort. Is that Nixon Burns again, was it? No?
Nick Foster.
Foster. Hello, do I hear a whistle then? No, it's the soccer over there. Answering my own questions on air, how's that? But gee, can they get it out? A little bit of work there. That's probably not the required distance. Look out, here comes the ball. Bang, there he goes. That's what he can do. Bounce ball, bounce, and bounce it does. But unfortunately just offline. But that's what Brad Jackson can do. It's exciting.
He's an exciting player.
Having a chat to the umpire too, Darby. What do you reckon he's saying there? Get out of my space.
Yeah, literally.
So Michael Laney. Geez, I'll tell you what, can they get another 4-0 forward here, Westminster? Just to close your goal, taking the ball well. Nice work. It's Joey Otto Crosling. Righto, let's wrap him up, Darby. What are your thoughts here? He's fair way out, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
that
good
win.
kicking the ball though, so that wins.
This will just about be on the siren, yeah, go on.
Yeah, no. Hopefully he kicks it. That's the distance.
If you just go over there about 1 metre, I reckon you'll stop that wind blowing across him, mate. Fantastic. Look at the players around him. Geez, I'll tell you what, it's a nice kick. Just hit the post, and you could hear the groans of the crowd, couldn't you? Just there, and I'll just get you out from under the table there, Darby. It's okay. We'll forge on. This is Lewis McDonald. I would say you're in a pretty good position here. You're just under 3 goals down, kicking with the wind in the last quarter as that siren goes, and the score currently sits at 6 goals, 9-45. So they kicked the 1 goal 4. Oh, sorry, yes, 1 goal 4 for that quarter versus Rostrevor, who are 9 goals 8. So they kicked 2 goals 3. So I don't know whether they've got 1 or 2 there, but anyway, 1 goal 4 we'll say versus 2 goals 3. So makes it a very close finish now. Getting excited. Darby, we'll let you go off and enjoy the last quarter with your parents and hopefully get a win across the board. Thank you so much, young man. Outstanding for you to come and join us. We do wish you all the best with your shoulder and all the best for the rest of the season. So thank you so much for joining us, and we will take a short break, folks.
And if they're ever like that, just go and grab it. Oh, beautiful. Thanks, mate. Who that one is, I can't tell from the picture. All right, thank you. Goodbye, Colin. Goodbye.
Trying to hang on to everything.
Still going. Good cat. So Leslie's doing a great job. Can't even see the sun.
I thought he hit the post. Yeah.
Game's on. Greg, will you hold on, you know? Hey? Greg, will you hold on? Yeah, he'll be back. You got him all ready to go? You ready?
Well, this last quarter it is down here at Westminster. And they get across the line 6, 9, 45, 9, 8. 62 as we speak. Umpire holds the ball loft, up it goes. Big tap down by Westminster. Can they get it out of the middle? Tim Elver, industrious all day. There he goes again, bang! In he goes, gets that ball forward for the Westminster team. Excitement around. Around comes the kick. I'll tell you what, that's going to bounce. That's going to bounce very close. Just tap through. First score on the board. As we said, 45-62 is now 63. 17 points, Rostrevor. Now up to 18. 16, sorry. So whittling away, coming home with the breeze. In it comes. Right in front of the scoreboard there. Beautiful scoreboard. Centre half forward position. Up. Down. Another ball up. So let's have a look. A lot of players around the ball. Wingers are still out wide. I like to see that as it comes in that direction. Gee, he set himself from a long way back. That was Angus Van Kruisen, or Avike they call him. Gets it across. Nice kick, Daniel Will. Ball in hand. Handballs across. Max Robertson goes long and direct right down towards the square. Rostrevor, can they break free holding the ball? The umpire says it is. They get around him. Young man, let's just see who it is. Gee, they're helping him up too. Putting a bit of attention in. Turn around and face the goals, young man. Yep, have a look at him. That's it. Bit of an angle. That was a huge tackle. Pressure. Crunch time. Will Thomas came to the fore. He's going to line up. Just whittle away at this scoreboard. 16 points, 25-metre penalty. Can you believe it? Should be a lay-down misère now for young Thomas. Will Thomas is going to bring him back within 10 points. Bang! There it goes. Will Thomas kicks the goal. And this is the comeback we're looking for. A game on our hands. Excitement builds in the grandstand. Saw a few people just wandering around earlier. I think they're going to sit in the sun as the sun's out on this beautiful autumn day it is, and everyone's out in the sun, sunning themselves, getting themselves set for a great final quarter here. Up it goes, down it comes. Can Rostrevor fight back? Panic kick in, good set of jukes. Max Robertson, the captain, leading the way. Wheels out on the right there, down to the wing. Up, it's down. Great control. That was a mark. Joey Otto Crosling. Joey, the call comes from the crowd. Pops it up a little bit. Playing in front. 3 possessions in a row. Nice set of jukes. Mitch Dickinson, they're clapping everything here, the crowd. They are up and about, the Westminster crowders. That's a big kick into the forward line. The pack flies. Down it comes over the top, Jules Pirro. Under pressure. Good play by Lewis McDonald. They've got it back here, Westminster. Quick kick in. Right into that dangerous position now. Rostrevor, can they get it out? Oh, under pressure. The kick came from the Westminster player. Touched it was. We get a throw in. Deep in that forward pocket where we said most of the play would be today. The wind of the big flag up on top of the building here. Magnificent, but blowing right down towards that end and that pocket especially. Let's have a look at what happens. A lot of congestion. Or quick little kick out. Look out, here comes the dangerous Tim Alva. They're onto him, Rostrevor. Can't get out with it. Up it goes. Anyone's ball. Alva in there again. Look at the numbers around this ball. Get a third ball up. Story of the day in the second quarter. And a little bit more in this last quarter. Up it goes. Look at the crowd around this ball. Who's going to get to it? Rostrevor do. Goes towards the boundary with the handball. Just paddling. Last touch calls Alex Zokas. And, well, they do get the free kick. Zokas it is. Puts it right in. They can sense it here, Westminster. Right down deep. They can sense it. They put it down deep. What's the umpire call? Oh, that's the runner I'm looking at there. In the fluoro green as well. Maybe it was a runner calling it so. The boundary throw in comes. Up it goes, down. Oh, quick snap. I tell you what, Rostrevor have been onto that twice now. Westminster have tried to kick that goal from down in that pocket just with a snap. Can't quite get it through. Ball just drops short at the back. Numbers of all the players. We play on one of the biggest arenas in the world with our sport, and we make it a small-sided game. Playing in front. Here's another opportunity. The crowd erupts. Westminster. 22 is Nick Foster. Your time has come. As we see that quick kick in. Bang. 1-2 handball. Round the corner. Foster playing in front. We talk about that. You'll never make that metre up. And this young man is lining up. 10 points the difference. Foster. Look at him get around him, and get around him they should, because Nick Foster has brought it back within 4 points. 2 goals, 1 for the quarter. We're only early in the quarter as well. 2 goals, 1 plays. Well, no score for Rostrevor, and this is exactly what the principal said. They may come home with the win, and who are we to judge or talk against what the principal home ground knowledge? He would know better than anyone, I'll tell you what. I reckon he's still over on the bench there. He's left us for the last quarter. Bring the team home. Up it goes. Gee, bit of a one-on-one. There's the man, Clay Shadforth. Look at that kick. That is a long spiralling kick. Here we go. Anyone's ball. First to it. Michael Oney just walks it through. Or trots it through, we'll say. Can they get the quick release out here? See if they can catch Westminster off. They're all back in place here, so very well drilled, both teams. As that ball comes in, has he given it back again? You can hear the groans right in front of the scoreboard there. Across the line it goes. Well, a free kick again here. This is Clay Shadforth, ball in hand. Can this be the kick to put him in front? 3 points the difference. Gee, I'll tell you what, he sprayed that right across. So another point. Sorry, so 2 goals, 3 for the quarter. Rostrevor up against it here, even though they're leading on the scoreboard. Great grab. And no 25. They're going to just play possession football down that wing. Harvey Pearce. They're close to the boundary. The left footer has a look. He just elects to go long to a 50-50. Not sure that that's going to come off. If they can get it on the ground, they do, but they give it back to Westminster. Anyone's ball. Bobbling around. So we're 8 minutes 50 into the quarter. Still plenty of time. Oh, just once again, Tim Elver. Cream rises to the top, big pack. Gee, gliding across in front wasn't given there. Our commentator went to take a breath and not given. Shadforth out it comes. There it is, 2 players there. Elver goes long, it's up, it's down. Oh, leading the way, Rostrevor player comes out. He slung as he kicked it. Oh, tell you what, Clay Shadforth, not quite. Not quite in the end, just those fingertips. Need to be about an inch longer. It's exciting football. It's all down the other end of the ground. Watch out for Elver here. There he is on the inside. Can they get it up here? No, they can't. Another ball up. When it gets flowing, they look good, Westminster, but Rostrevor able to hold it up. Lots of ball ups. Tap came forward. We're going to see another ball up here, and guess who's on the bottom of that pack? Tim Elver again. Trying to work his way into, of course, the Archie's thongs for best on ground today. So just trying to hack that out, Rostrevor. It's on the half-back flank. Rostrevor player leading for the ball. Just gives a handball across. Yet another turnover. Tackled to the ground, though. And that was Kyron Cole Manolis. And if they can get the ball in his hands, and if he can run and bounce, he'll break away, that young man. There's a free out here for Rostrevor. Westminster have now picked him up as that play goes on. Little flick across. Harvey Pearce taken to ground, and big strong tackle. Will Thomas has had a very good quarter. He's going to line up again. Probably within range, but that ball is going to go left to right, so he's got to put it up and let the wind pretty much blow that through. Go for the hot spot. Just at the front of the square or middle of the square. Player on his own in the square. Big tall lad too. So, lining up now, number 18, Will Thomas. Bit of a stutter. Gee, the crowd, the roar, and, well, great build-up. High, wide and handsome. Rostrevor a reprieve. 2 points the difference. 8-12, 20 scoring shots to 9-8, 62, 20-17. Westminster, so they've had more of the ball. Up it comes. Once again, just going to the ground now. Magnificent sponsors today. Archie's Thongs for the best on ground. Filming footy stats, goal of the day. And well, at this point, probably Ned McCarthy's goal of the day in the first quarter. Unless something outstanding happens. Up it goes, talking of Kristen Gould. Rostrevor. They're trying to maintain. That's a little bit better with the possession football. And that was McCarthy. Couldn't take it this occasion. Dragged to the ground. 1-2 play. Held on to for a little bit longer. Out the back if they can get it there, and couldn't. Angus VK Van Cruisen was cruising by. Just looking around for players there. Big pack forms. Probably see another ball up here. We will. Have a look in that vision there. You've probably got 20 players around the ball. You can see a line straight down the ground behind this throw-in. Player taking the ground again, so third ball up. And in this forward line, we've got two players about 30 metres off this ball up, and another two right back towards the goal square. It's anyone's ball. Here's the first two players we're talking about. So this will be a one-on-one. Player spun around, strong enough to break out, gives it to a teammate. Max Robertson, down towards centre forward. They all overrun it here. Out the back, one sole player. Here it is, Shadforth gets it on the boot. Dribbling. And look at the crowd erupt down the back there. This is what happens at Westminster College. The crowd gravitate towards the scoring end. There'd be 100 people down there, and it's not a goal. It's one of the best points ever scored on Westminster College grounds. I'll tell you what, the crowd, we all went up as one, didn't we? Free kick given. Oh no, we're just adjudicating. It rolled. I think the umpire just pointing it. Better get on with it because there's no time on. He's going to indicate A. Come on. What's he going to indicate? Steps forward. Sausage roll it is! Boy, oh boy. I thought we were in the AFL there. That took forever and a day, and guess what? They've hit the front. They have hit the front. 9-12, 66. Go Dragons, it says on the scoreboard. Give us back the score. There it is. 9-8, 62. 4 points the difference. Westminster, I'll tell you what, they were 2 goals down at half time. The big call was they'll come home with the breeze. And I'll tell you what, it's happened. It's happened. They're exciting. Oh, and the parents here, happy Mother's Day. Look at them, they're all excited. Aren't we all? 14 minutes, almost 15 minutes in. What a Mother's Day present this will be for the Westminster mothers. They'll be up and about. Over the top it goes. Number 3 there, Jules Pirro. He's had a great game. 2 goals he's kicked to, the young man. And as we said, the supporters just gravitate down to that end. They're right behind the goals. I feel for that goal umpire down there. As can Rostrevor go forward again here. The running player, nice kick forward. Oh, I tell you what, and that's a great grab. Mitchell Stevenson, stand up when you need to. 4 points in it. A nail biter. Geez, I tell you what, he hasn't turned around and had a look at the goals, but he's probably that close he doesn't need to. So, Mitchell Stevenson, he says, I'm going to have a shot. Of course he is. If he gives it enough, we might mark this up here. Watch out on the cameras and producer. Just wanders in. Geez, holding it across his left side a fair bit. Wanders in. He's kicked it. They are back in front now, and that was through Mitchell Stevenson. They being Rostrevor, I apologise there. Mitchell Stevenson kicks a goal. And, well, there can only be about 6 minutes to go. Game on. 9-12, 66, 10-8, 68. What will happen now? The vital centre break. What a game we have on our hands. Can he be the match winner? Big Mitchell Stevenson, he's pretty happy with himself. Strutting around down there. He's a good sized lad in front of Will Harvey, and, well, he could be the danger man here. Just standing boundary side of his opponent. So if they can get it down to this pocket. Umpire balls it up again. We've seen a lot of this. Up it goes. Big punch out by Westminster. Rostrevor's way, I should say, though. Gee, they all fall over. They can't get it out. Applauding the Smothers now and just running it across the ground, almost into the car park there. Alex Zokas had a great last quarter. Just winding around here, having a look at our score. 16 and a half minutes, so plenty of time, about 8.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Yet another ball up. Out they come, Rostrevor. Kick forward, it's over the top. Gee, desperate play there by the Westminster player. It's anyone's ball, they're both hovering over it. Oh, they're out here, around the corner. Clever kick, and it's a point. Very neat is young Jonty Thompson, but he's kicked the point. Well, 3 points in it. The long kick comes out. Max Robertson. Over the top. Brought to ground. Great tackle again, Tim Elver. Trying to get that forward, Westminster. Players getting a little bit tired. Just a boot on the ball, that'll do. It's a kick down the ground, 2-on-1. Courageous, strong mark. Very well done, young man. Looks like Michael Laney. Bit hard, he's playing front on to us. Nice kick forward. Oh, the big pack flies. Oh, bang goes Piro. So Jonty Thompson, sorry. That is Jonty Thompson, ball in hand. Very quick. Very neat player. Geez, put that out wide to Thomas Griffiths. Long way home from now and long way it goes out of bounds. And you can see once again, big Rostrevor contingency there. Could be the seconds team. They're going to load up again here, Westminster. 3 points in it. And you can hear the crowd there. About 7 minutes to go in the quarter. Look at the ground bathed in sunshine here. They're just about silhouettes, these players, as that sun sets over the... Well, they might be ghost gums back there in the background. Beautiful setting down here at Westminster. Couldn't wish for any more. What a day. 3 points in it. Rostrevor attacked the ball again. Player couldn't get boot the ball. Did he drop it? Well, player slung there. Brad Jackson. Anyone's ball. It's dangerous position here for Rostrevor. Oh, just look at the players and the desperation as it's on the wing. They sprint towards it. That's a great pickup. Quick handball up by Rostrevor. Shadforth there. Gets around. He elects to go long. He had the kick short as well. Over the top it goes. This is Mitch Dickinson running after the ball. Can't get boot the ball. The umpire says take a free kick, Rostrevor. Load up again. Half-back flank. What's it going to be? Dangerous Jonty Thompson out here on the wing. Goes towards that player. It's going to come over the back. Strong hands. Thompson comes in. Shadforth. What a great battle that is. Around it goes. It's going to bounce. Fortuitously. This time Westminster player just sockers it off the ground towards that hot spot. Leading the way, Rostrevor. Tackle. 30 out. Right forward pocket. 3 points the difference. 5 minutes 30. We're almost in red time. If there is such a thing with just a set time. Listen to all those people. You can see them down there behind the goals. They're umpiring. They're adjudicating. They're having every kick mark on handball, and they're not even on the field. In it comes. Shallow throw on the ground. Rostrevor first to the ball. 1-2. Bang. Opportunity to stand up now. Bang again. It's hot in the kitchen. It's Lachlan Smith in there doing his best work for Rostrevor. Look at them now. They need someone, both teams, to stand up. 39 is Adrian Bruno with ball in hand, just possession football. Bit early to put the cue in the rack. They're just playing possession. Holding on. Surveying the area, Rostrevor. Will they release? They do. That's the 50-50 ball that Westminster want to see. Nice strong mark though. That is a great mark. Centre wing. Westminster Oval. Bathed in sunshine. 3 points. Goes long. Over the back. And over the back it is Ned McCarthy. So possession, football's got it to half forward. They're inside the 50. The big lead, is that in the back? That is a towering mark. Cam Quolman, what a fantastic grab. They need to get this down the other end. Kicks it straight back to his Rostrevor opponent. Watch out for dangerous Jonty Thompson. Giving it away. Alex Zokas, underground kick. Bang, diving effort. Fantastic mark. And that is Joey Otto Crosling. Over the top, here's an opening, just bangs it on the boot. Player in front, that's what you want to see. Is it Patrick Hutchins? The big fella, looks like him. It is. Boy, a ball, that was clever by Mitch Dickinson. Just get that ball forward at any cost. Booted it forward, and, well, time to put your name up in the big lights. 3 points the difference. Westminster behind. Patrick Hutchins wanders in, slight angle, gets hold of it. I tell you what, he's kicked it a long way. Get around the big fella. Get around him, they do. 4 goals, 3 for the quarter, and they're up 3 points on the scoreboard. Well, we spoke to Tim Weatherwood, the coach, before the game. What are you like? Are you calm and quiet? Do you sit back? Are you up and about? Well, he's over there. He's got the hands behind the back, and now all of a sudden the arm's flying. I reckon they're pushing out that far side. Look at all the people on the side. I'll tell you who else is over there. He's our co-commentators from earlier in the day. So we thank all of our friends over there. As that ball, he throws that up in an arc. Can they come again? Rostrevor, no they can't, getting it out. 24, Alex Zokas. Look at the big pack form. Centre half forward position. Just missed the boot. Second opportunity. It's hot in the kitchen. You can see how many are around that ball. Look at the numbers now. They're pushing players down. 10 goals, 12.72. 10-9-69. 2 minutes to go on the time clock. Another ball up. If they can just keep it down here, Westminster, I'll tell you what has happened. A lot of Rostrevor players, the forwards, have come forward. So it's going to take 2 or 3 kicks from the centre of the ground and a lot of runners. And Westminster doing all they can. Can this be the day they get their first win on the board after losing last week? Anyone's ball again. Good to see Brad Jackson getting in there. Just waiting off the back of that pack though he was. So around it comes. They're going backwards here. Matthew Hockley. Short kick out. Play on's the call. Couldn't get boot the ball there. Angus Van Cruyssen. Look at them scramble for it. Anyone's ball. Out they come, Rostrevor. The chant comes. It's an inside down up kick. 2 players go down. They get up. Quick snap, Will Harvey. Rostrevor, this is what we're talking about. There's no one down here. How will it bounce? He's only got one player to get around. He goes high, wide, very wide it goes. You have to do it. You have to have the shot. And it's gone out of bounds. 50 seconds to go. What a game we have on our hands. Umpire just holding up. Free kick. No, closest player. Looks like Mitch Dickinson. Going to have ball in hand. Do not go across the ground. There it is. It was Lewis Green with ball in hand, and that magnificent victory. 10 goals, 12, 72. 10 goals, 9, 69. What a magnificent game we've seen today from Westminster, and they are excited. Have a look at them down there, and well done to them. Fantastic effort by the coach, Tim Weatherwood, and the whole team. Our goal scorers, Tim Elver with 1, Patrick Hutchins with 2, stood up today. Ethan Natali with 1, Brad Jackson with 2, Will Thomas with 1, Nick Foster with 1, Joey Otto Crosling with 1. For Rostrevor, Jonty Thompson 1, Jules Puro 2, Ned McCarthy with an outstanding game with 3, Thomas Griffiths 2, Adrian Bruno 1, and Mitchell Stevenson with 1. We'll just take in some vision as we saw that seesawing last quarter. That'll be one to go down in the ages. Westminster will watch this back. Rostrevor will watch it back. They'll both get 2 different outcomes at the end of it. what more could we have done, will Rostrevor be saying, and Westminster might be, well, what did we do? They set up the game plan. Tim Weatherwood spoke to us. He spoke about the running players, getting that ball to ground, get it to the runners. And we see the likes of Max Robertson, Clay Shadforth today, outstanding. Tim Elver, go through them. Patrick Hutchins, what an outstanding game. The big fella up forward. Natalia at times. Qualman, very good player, quality player. Will Harvey, Brad Jackson. I'm going to say them all, I can't help it. Lewis Green, outstanding. Daniel Will Thomas, Harry Nichols. Nick Foster at times had his moments. Zokas, what an outstanding last quarter. Outstanding by that young man. Nixon Burns at times, number 25, really likes it rough and rugged, gets in there and has a go. Jack Elver had his moments. Sandico at times, the big fella. Van Cruisen, industrious Angus Van Cruisen, fantastic game from him. Pardon me. Andre Lim at times we saw there in the third quarter as well. Joey Otto Crosling, talking about playing his role, and of course Mitch Dickinson. So fantastic by the Westminster team. They will be happy. There will be a roar as they come down the tunnel here today. Remember, our best on ground gets the Archie's thongs. Our filming footy stats for the goal of the day. Just sorting something with our producer as we speak, as we both teams coming off the ground. They'll have a big celebration inside. So remember, filming footy stats, fantastic. As we said, over 2,000 events in a game. You'll be watching this game back. Both coaches will be getting the statistics of this surely and analysing. It's not just kicks, marks and handballs. It's forward entries, backline manoeuvres, clearances, or tailor it to what you would like to see. Fantastic, leading the way, filming footy stats. Our dartfish mark of the day would be Jonty Thompson, number 2, in the forward pocket here early in the second quarter. Very courageous mark. Our filming footy stats goal of the day would be Ned McCarthy at 12 and a half minutes into that first quarter. Just take in the noise here. Fantastic atmosphere. Of course, our scoreboard brought to us by Sportal today and Sports Interactive, our broadcast partner. So our best on ground, we'll announce, will be Tim Elver, number 4 from Westminster, the industrious midfielder all day long. Of course, our final score today, 10-12-72, 10-9, 69. Our best on ground, Elver. As we said, goal of the day and mark of the day, we've announced. What an outstanding game. We'd like to thank our broadcast sponsors, Sports Interactive. Huge thanks to our matchday clubs and officials. On camera today, Mr. John Douglas, sensational effort. Travelled a long way to get on that camera and bring us this game today. And of Salesh, our magnificent producer. I've loved working with you, Salesh. You've looked after us today. And of course, we'd like to thank Westminster for the halftime hospitality. It's fair dinkum. We started at one end of the table and just worked our way along, grazing as we did. Got back out here for this exciting second half. So thank you to everyone in today, as much as we have, and a huge crowd here. Signing off, and stay tuned next week for another magnificent game. Thank you.